Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Hello. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's see. Hey, Penny and Andrea and Sandra, Princess Carlisle, Carmen Rand, Mystica Rose, Fiona CD, Valerie Luca, Ray Tavares, Lizzie B's here. Lizzie B's in the house. Yay. Hey, Lizzie B. So, Lizzie B is here helping me with the chat and is such a big support. I appreciate you so much for being here, everyone. Thank you. And a special thank you for Lizzie B for being here every week to help out. How's everybody doing? We good? Hello. Yay. Thank you so much for being here. So, everyone, we have so much to talk about. There are some things that are seriously moving and shaking in the world of the monarchy. Otis is going to be here. He went out for his walk. I hear his little feet down there now. I'm sure he's going to be up here any minute to say hello. He always makes his presence at some point. Here he is. Hi, Otis. Hi, Otis. Yes, he's here. He's here. Wagging his tail. He just went out. Mm-hmm. All right, Mr. Otis. Now, remember, if you aren't following me on Facebook, please follow me on Facebook. I have also a private members on Facebook that I'm starting to get more activated. Yes, isn't that right, Otis? Yes, that's right, Otis. That's right, my buddy. That's my buddy. Um, and so if you are on Facebook, be sure to follow me on Facebook. And I did a really quick behind the scenes of my studio for my first video on there. I've got like about 30 something subscribers there. So if you want to join maybe in some private convos with me and hang out in the social media Facebook page, please be sure to join there. I will be doing that across both my Facebook and Patreon. So you don't really have to do both. You can do one or the other. Pretty much the same content, just different platforms. Hey, Otis. Hey. You just like, okay, come around. What I usually do on my Facebook right now, what I'm doing on Facebook, because I'm usually hanging out up here just, with Otis. And I've got these cards that my husband shared with me, and I do like these little card moments about the royals on my Facebook. So if you want to go through all this card deck that I have, I'll be doing like one of those a day or posting like a regular video with Otis. So it's always fun to kind of, divert from the royal stuff and just talk about my life as a fur pet owner or pet mother, furry fur baby kind of a thing. Yes, so just wanted to let you all know about that. And to see, there was something else. Oh, if you want to support my charity, I run a charity for young people, teaching them important life skills. It's going to be at a link. I'm going to have Lizzie B just post that link because some of you have inquired. So I'll just, if you want to support, and some of you have, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've been going through a lot of struggles right now. It's been a big challenge for a lot of charities right now because, there's just been a lot with loss of funding, becoming more strict with who they're giving funding to, and it's just not easy. So if you want to support that in my work with young people, that is greatly appreciated. Okay. Now, and hit the like button. If you're here, hit the like button. Woo woo, hit the like button. Okay. Now, we are going today talk about some somewhat breaking news, and I almost have to, because I'm gonna put another spin on it, but I want to thank Paula M for sharing this story with me. Um, and she's doing a video about it as well. So there was this story that came out about Harry and his hair loss and how that has affected the sex life of Harry and Meghan. Now, I'm going to talk to you about this article. We're going to go through the article and talk about it. But it also, surprisingly enough, it really does help to spear on these thoughts around surrogacy around Meghan because of Harry's sexual problem. And I'm going to talk to you about that once we go through the article, because it really now is making a lot of sense about Meghan and the birth of these children with this article that has come out. Who might be the one to put out this information? Well, I'm of the mindset that it just could be Meghan, because we're going to look at a couple of things to kind of give us the information, because I like using that third eye. I like to think a little bit deeper about these things. So we're going to look at a couple of posts that Meghan did on her social media prior to this article coming out. And we're going to just talk about the scenario that I'm feeling that is hitting me in a very kind of intuitive way. Just very intuitively. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I'm gathering from this story. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. So this is going to be a good one. This is going to be fabulous. Now, the only thing that has happened since all of this, which is so unfortunate, because I think it removed all of my, it sure did. It removed all of my assets that I had populated. I got to repopulate this stuff. Okay. But that's okay. We'll do that as I speak. Now, the first thing that I want to look at is going to be the social media post that Meghan first put out in black and white. It was a black and white photo. Well, wait a minute. Let me go back. Here. Rewind. Remember when Meghan went to Paris and she did that Diana death drive? There was an article, I did a video on it, that came out about how Harry was really upset about that. And then another article came out that said, well, why are people giving Meghan such a hard time in the press about what she did in Paris, making it seem like Harry was taken up for Meghan? But the initial article came out that he was very upset. So you're starting to see, and this is not the first time, you're starting to see contradictions around news articles. And what do you think that could be? That could very well be the sources of a married couple going back and forth with each other. Because it makes absolutely no sense that a story would come out, and then right after that, there's another story that comes out that contradicts the first story. This is crazy. And it's happening over and over and over again. To me, that sounds like a couple in conflict trying to put out two different narratives. That's what it sounds like to me. Okay, so now the first after that story hit and Meghan got a lot of backlash about this Diana death drive and being in Paris and Harry wasn't with her and blah, 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 they suddenly had this appointment together, this pre-planned appointment as a couple to receive this humanitarian of the year award. Okay. And then Meghan puts out a social media post. First, it was in black and white, though. So let me first find that. I'll find the original one because that's the one I originally had populated. But you need to follow me here because what we are starting to see are the beginnings of Harry and Meghan's marriage conflict, the fighting, the different alignment of narratives that are currently out there, because right now we're not seeing things harmoniously talked about in the press around Harry and Meghan. Okay, we're seeing things that are very contradictory of, oh, let me mute that, contradictory to each other. And that's like the beginning signs of a couple that is still trying to show you that they're together without really talking about how they're not together, but they're doing it in the press. And I'm going to show you how I'm getting to all of this. Okay. Now let me pull up the, actually, let me just mute that. Give me 1 second, everybody. I think I only have it in black and white. I mean, in color. Okay, so it was this picture here. So Meghan, we saw how horribly unhappy Harry was. We saw a man who was disgusted, who just did not want to be with Meghan because he was giving her the stank eye constantly during the whole night when he gave that speech. And you could tell by Harry's appearance that they were not happy together. Harry and Meghan were definitely fighting amongst each other. But all we saw were these subtle looks with Harry and Meghan when they came out on the red carpet initially. Let me pull this one up for you so you can see what I'm talking about. And Harry just there was something in Harry's spirit where he seemed not happy. He seemed very irritable. He seemed somewhat like irritated. Something was going on. And we were saying that it was because of what happened with Meghan and the Diana death drive. Meghan and her, wanting to look like all was well. She could play the game, but Harry could not play the game. Okay. So I don't know why this is happening. My assets are not where they're supposed to be. Give me 1 second, everybody. Lord. Okay. Because I really want you guys to follow me along because this is like a puzzle. It's all starting to come together. And we're starting to see how Harry is not able to hide his disdain for Meghan. And I think he's also starting to show how he just doesn't want to be in the States anymore. He doesn't want to be in California with Meghan. He is definitely trying to go back. Now, this is really interesting. This is very interesting. This is how you know Meghan has controlled the internet, or at least with this buzzword for the Healthy Minds Project. Every photo that you see, but I have the video. Yeah, this is interesting. Every photo, when you Google Healthy Minds Project, Harry and Meghan, you only see the pictures of Harry when he smiled for the camera. You don't see the photos that we initially saw with the video with Harry when he was given this sourpuss face, when we saw this look here. It's hard to find those. Okay, but we saw the videos, we saw the speech, we saw Harry look very disgusted. He could not even look at Meghan. Okay, but she's behind the scenes working the social media, behind working the algorithm, trying to only have certain things appear. She's controlling things heavily because you won't find the photos of Harry very upset, because he was upset that evening. Don't get it twisted. Okay, when they appeared at this event, they were definitely having some problems, and I believe it was because of that Diana drive. Okay, so here's the deal. So we see these photos of Harry and Meghan at this award, this really undeserved humanitarian award of the year, and we start talking about how he must be very upset with her because of what she did. So what does Meghan do? Meghan puts out some social media posts and shows some contradictions of Harry's not being happy in these social media posts. And one of them was this photo in the video. Okay? Initially, it was in black and white when she put out the video. But I want us to focus not on the actual video, because you can go and watch the video, but I want to show you what I saw when I saw this post, because Meghan is trying to change the narrative. She's doing something behind the scenes, and the story about Harry and his dysfunction in the bedroom. Oh, my lovely dear friend Wandalyn has called me. I can't talk to her because that would be rude. I would just let her know I'll call her later. But the point is Meghan is trying to change the narrative with her social media. And then Harry is having, then she's putting out information about Harry because of this sexual dysfunction thing we're going to talk about. We're going to get there. So let's just start with this post right here. Right here. Okay? I want you, if you can see this, you need to look very closely at this picture, because after Meghan put out the black and white photo, we see a color version of this right here. And when you watch the video, you will see Harry doesn't move for like about 2 seconds. And then as the video goes on, he moves more. And it just felt in my spirit, it felt fake. But what I want you to pay attention to, and if you got to put your eyeballs up to the screen, do that, because I want you to see what I see. I want you and I to be on the same page, okay? We have to be on the same page. I want you to take a good look at the top of this man's head. Put your eyeballs close to the screen and look and see if you see what I see. Okay? Now I'm going to put my eyeballs real close up to the top of Harry's head. This is one of two things. Because if you see what I see, let's see if you all see what I see. Oh, okay. I did not see this, but I'm going to have to address that because yeah, okay. I'll have to talk about that. I haven't seen that. But just to get back to this, yes. Look at that hair, everybody. This is one of two things. This is an AI video of Harry with a set of some fake curly pubic hair looking on the top of his head, because that looked like a bunch of pubic hair. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be graphic, but it does not match the hair on the side of his head. Look real close. Something is going on. Now, it's either a fake AI thing going on with this, or Harry put a wig on his head and that's what they were laughing about in the video. But that doesn't look right. There is a there with this right here. Look at it real close. Do y'all see what I see? Yeah. It's AI. So Meghan is clearly using AI to tell a narrative here. Because we saw how Harry was, and he wasn't looking like this at the humanitarian of the year, this Healthy Minds project. He wasn't looking like this. Okay? So there is something wrong with that. This video right here. So it's safe to say that Meghan is doing that. She is trying to create a situation with this relationship because she doesn't want people to know Harry is done. Especially after you hear this article I'm getting ready to go over with y'all. You're not going to believe it. Okay? Look at that. Is that not fake? I kept going back to this video thinking something ain't right. Something is not right. Then I paused the video and I took a picture of it and I couldn't believe it. I was like, well, I'll be darned. That man got a patch of hair sitting on the top of his head. Now that could be a clap back at Meghan because of what's been going on with Harry most recently. Okay. Now, then after this happened, Meghan puts out another video and she does another Instagram post with Harry, making it appear as if Harry is very happy, all is good in the world. I'm going to play the video that she put on her Instagram, excuse me. And I'm going to pause it. But it's the same thing with Harry in this video that I just showed, well, the still shot from this video where he doesn't move for the first 2 or 3 seconds. In this next post, he doesn't move at all. You see a glimpse of him and then it goes away. You don't even see him move. He's just like standing there with a plastered smile on his face, which makes me believe, once again, this is AI. Okay? So I'm not going to play the music because of copyright, but, you know, for someone who's a humanitarian, just kind of showing us her wealth, her shoes, all her very expensive clothes. Now let's just watch Harry. Did you see that? He did not move. What man stands there looking at you like a mannequin and not moving or just doing something and smiling? Like, it just seemed awkward. Is that not the weirdest thing? There was no movement. None. And it was real quick. That is weird. But what Meghan is doing is setting a narrative that Harry is happy. He's not upset. He loves me. Okay. So Harry is appearing to be happy. He's appearing to seem like he is happy, which I believe there's something wrong with that. That does not seem like a photo or video of a man that would just be doing that. It just seems backwards wrong. Okay? So, we're going to now talk about, now that we understand that Meghan is trying to counter the narrative with Harry, especially around that first one with the hair on his head. And this is how I believe Meghan did not give birth to those children. And that's how I'm going to close out my live for today. I'm going to talk to you about how it's not feasible that she gave birth to those children. Okay? So we're going to first go through this article that came out today. And thanks to Paula M. for sharing this story with me. This right here shows you that this couple is, or at least Meghan for that matter, is starting to go against everything around Harry, because I think there's a strong inkling of Harry wanting to um, go back to England. And I think Meghan has just made a decision to do something that really is not showing that she cares for this man at all because of what has come out. And the only person that would know about this stuff is Meghan. The intimacy and the detail in this article points to Meghan. It doesn't point to anybody knowing this kind of stuff unless it's Harry's doctor. And we know because of HIPAA laws that would just not happen. But let's just take a look at this. Okay, I made it a slide so we don't have to go through the internet for this. But so let me just make that big here. All right. So let's look at this. So this is the article exclusive. This was in Radar that came out today. Prince Harry's sex shock: how balding royals' hair treatment impotence has made absolutely no difference in marriage to Meghan Markle, as they have barely been intimate since birth of second child. Now, when I see has made no difference, like, how do you know? Who in the world knows whether or not Harry's impotence has made a difference to Meghan? Who would know that but Meghan? Like, what, she got like a supplement helping her out? What? She got a supplement? She got something that would say, I'm not bothered. I don't know. I don't know. But that seemed a little weird that they would know that it wouldn't bother her. Okay. So, Harry's battle against baldness has taken a very... Hello, ladies. Hello, hello. Hi. Otis, stop. It's okay. Sit down. It's okay. Sit down. It's okay. My daughter just got home with her friend, and Otis, whenever someone comes here, he's like the attack dog. He don't be going for people coming in our house. This is such a protector. He's my protector. You my protector? Yes, you are, Otis. He's my protector. Okay. All right, sorry. Okay, so battle against baldness has taken a very intimate turn, with friends claiming the Duke of Sussex's use of hair loss medication has left him indifferent to the risks of impotence, because his marriage to Meghan Markle has been virtually sexless for years. Who would know your marriage is sexless but the two people having the relations? I don't know anybody that's like peeking in on the bedroom to say, you're having a sexless marriage, aren't you? Usually that's only between the two people doing the do, if you know what I mean. But anyway, as Radar Online has exclusively revealed, the 41-year-old royal is said to be relying on a cocktail of finasteride and minoxidil, I think is how you say it, to slow his hair loss, even as those close to him say the side effects are, these are the people that are as close to him. Side effects are a price he's not worried about paying. The Duke's insecurity, thinning hair has long been a source of insecurity. Once known for his full flame-colored locks, the Duke has been noticeably balding for more than a decade. Key word here, more than a decade. I would think that your balding hair since more than a decade would have been addressed long before your marriage to Meghan Markle. Just saying. But in recent years, he is said to have turned to pharmaceutical treatments to hold on to what remains. Both finasteride and minoxidil are commonly prescribed to combat male pattern baldness, but carry risks of headaches, mood changes, and sexual dysfunction. Some dysfunction happening there in the bedroom in Montecito. As a source has claimed to Radar Online, and this is a quote, a nice quote. Harry is very self-conscious about his hair. He's been using a mix of treatments for a while now. He knows there are potential side effects, but the truth is it doesn't really matter to him anymore. Friends say there's been little intimacy between him and Meghan for a long time. Very interesting to hear such detailed information about your sex life, the intimacy of a married couple, and their prescribed medications. Now, I do know that it says these are commonly used, but if we go back to this first part where it says the 41-year-old royal is said to be relying on a cocktail of this finasteride and minoxidil to slow his hair loss. That sounds like somebody is telling you that this is what he is using as a medication. Okay? Very personal information about what is being used to slow your hair loss. Now, the insider added, he's joked before about not wanting to go bald like William, but now the joke's on him. He's become obsessed with keeping keeping what's left, even if the meds mess with his hormones. People close to him say he's trading off his manhood for vanity. Because it's about what's on the outside, not what's on the inside and in the bedroom. The bedroom don't matter no more. It's about what's on the outside and how I look and how I'm able to perpetrate my hair growth. Okay. But at this point, it's all about control. His appearance is one of the few things he still feels he can manage. Now, we have to realize that Harry already comes with a lot of, he's already pre-positioned, disposed to depression already. And I think being on this medication could inflame that depression, make it worse. And I can almost imagine very edgy, temperamental, because you're already dealing with a very foreign circumstance in your life, being in a foreign country, having to deal with a very controlling woman who wants to play the vanity games with Hollywood and look as if you are succeeding when you're clearly not. I can imagine how he is just over everything with Meghan in this whole life in California. However, photographs taken recently in his adopted home of Montecito show the Duke's crown noticeably thinning. Despite earlier speculation that he may have undergone a transplant after appearing with fuller hair in 2016, I don't know that the only time we've seen hair plants are in Photoshop. I mean, yeah, if you want to call his photos being the transplant. But observers have pointed out the contrast between his receding hairline and the digitally enhanced dark-haired images used in promotional material for his cosmetic surgeon, Dr. Asim Shamalak, commenting on Harry's condition, has said most of Harry's hair loss is around the crown. The baldness gene isn't as dominant in him as it is in William, but he's losing it steadily. Treatments can help delay the process, but they can't stop it entirely. Medical experts warn the drugs Harry is reportedly taking can carry severe side effects. A London-based hair restoration specialist said the combination finasteride and minoxidil is effective, but it's not without risks. We do see cases of impotence, depression, and other hormonal imbalances. It's a trade-off, particularly for someone under constant public scrutiny. Now, you tell me, people, you tell me. Is Harry using this medication? Has it affected his marriage? Has it affected the sex life in Montecito, California, in that home of the ex-royals? I think it has done something, and I believe this was all done by Meghan, because who else would know such intimate details about Harry and his hair loss? Which brings me to my next point that I'm going to talk about with these children. Okay? But before I do that, I want to thank you so much, Miss Paula M., for your membership, for gifting a membership, Miss Paula M. And once again, thank you for this article. Props to you, girlfriend, whoop, whoop, for telling me about it, because, this is definitely a sign. And thank you to Living Grial 204 for becoming a member on my YouTube channel, and for Carmen Rand for your super sticker. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So when we look at this article, when we look at the hair on the head of Harry from this AI, actually not that one. Sorry. Not that one either. I thought it was this one. Oops. No, it was this one. Yeah, this one. When we look at this clearly being AI, and that's why I said it had to be one or two things. Either Meghan used AI to create this photo with Harry, or Harry and Meghan were really here and they put some hair on this man's head and laughed about it, because that right there, friends, is a 100% fake hair head, or a hair on Harry's head. No doubt. Okay. So let me just take you back to why I believe there's absolutely no way that Meghan, certainly for this child number 2, gave birth or was pregnant with this Lilibet child. Okay. But let me just also give you how it could have happened, possibly with Archie, but still, even then, I'm not even really certain. You know, when we go back to Harry and Meghan and their age, when we go back to more specifically Meghan's age, we have to look at a couple of things. Hold on. I just want to pull up something really quickly. Okay. So Meghan married Harry at 36 years old. She married Harry at 36. And she got pregnant allegedly at 37, had this child around 38 years old. We do know, based on what her father has said, that she stored her eggs, and more than likely knew that she had to store these eggs for a reason. Maybe because she could not, possibly one day carry a child, or maybe because she was just getting older and wanted to preserve her eggs. Either way, I don't feel that Meghan was she carried the symbols of a woman that was pregnant. There's a lot of things that we saw, but that aside, look at the fact that Harry has had this hair loss issue for over a decade and has more than likely been doing something about it for a long time. You bring on two problems with both parents trying to, or both people coming together to conceive a child. And it's not unlikely, it is unlikely. I'm not saying that because even myself, I had a miracle child. I had a miracle child with some issues. I had my daughter when I was 40. But what you look at, especially with the Lilibet child, is Meghan getting pregnant right after Archie. We know that she said she was breastfeeding. And one thing that we do know about breastfeeding women is this, that you don't really conceive when you're still breastfeeding. You have to stop breastfeeding to be able to conceive. So if you're breastfeeding, if you're older in age, and if your husband is impotent and has low sperm, like you, the odds are stacked against you. The odds just are. And I think the fact that Meghan did a lot of very suspicious things around the children or the birth of these children. We knew absolutely nothing about the doctors from Meghan's time as a royal. She got rid of the Queen's doctors. Everything was secretive. There were things that were said in the press that contradicted later stories. There is cause to believe in a cover up. And when I look at Meghan doing things like this, covering up or using fake hair or using photos of her husband with hair on his head, like just doing these little things, that is somebody who is willing to manipulate to get a desired outcome. And we have actual proof with this AI generated video that Meghan put out. Not just this one, but the one on her social media, her other one, that this man does not look like it is authentic. And I believe that Meghan, and I think it warrants a much deeper investigation around the things that Meghan has done, because she is a conniving little weasel who would do something like this. I do not understand for the life of me how you can, at the age that Meghan was when she had this Lilibet, with these problems with impotence, up in age, you clearly are trying to get pregnant right after having a child, which is almost makes it more difficult because, and then you had then you say you had a miscarriage, and you like boom 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 get married, you get pregnant like quickly like that. That's unheard of. I mean, I know it happens, don't get me wrong, I know it happens, but people, the signs are there. The signs are here. And we can tell by Meghan's presence, her pretentiousness when she even goes on stage to speak, how she just lies. I mean, she lied when she spoke with that women's empowerment series. She said she was pregnant with Lily at the time of leaving the royal family. No, you weren't. That was during COVID. Y'all left the royals by then. She didn't even get the dates right when she said she even had the second child. There is a lot that Meghan has done that warrants, I believe, a very deep investigation only because of her ties to the royal family. And I think the hesitancy of the monarchy has a lot to do with the fact that Meghan may know some things about the royals. And they, in turn, know things about her. Because if you're telling me that your husband is impotent and this is coming out in a story now, this has been an ongoing problem because your butt been going bald for over a decade. And more than likely, you've been using that medication for a long time. And those little sperms are not swimming around like they would have been pre this medication. So I don't see how you can boom, 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 like have a baby, miscarriage, have a baby, and it all fits within this specific time frame. It looks curated. It looks like it was something that was in a controlled environment so that you would get the desired outcome. That's what it looks like. And when a woman puts up this fake looking, I mean, take a look at this hair on this man's head. Look, put your eyeballs up to it. That man got a bunch of that is not real. That looked like a bunch of my nappy hair on that man's head. Pre my press. I mean, that looked like nappy hair on his head. I'm sorry. I mean, it's not even the same color as the hair on the side. So Megan clearly is willing to put out things that are not real. And she has done things. This is why when she had these children, Archie and Lily, everything was closed. Everything. There was no access to nothing. Because she was the puppet master behind the scenes dictating everything. But common sense tells us that this is very unlikely to be the way we have seen it. It's not the way it's been carried out. Now I'm going to take a look and see what you all are saying in this over here, because I'm flabbergasted by it. I'm flabbergasted. Lizzie B, thank you so much for your 5 gifted P Dyna memberships. Thank you, thank you. Whoop, whoop. Lizzie, you are just so kind. You're doing this, and so did Shaz. Thank you so much, Shaz. So much for the gifted P Dyna, the 5 P Dyna memberships. Thank you so much. Oh, and also, I have to next time. Actually, I think I'll do it for my members video, or just more of them, because it may be too much here in an open setting. But I get so many lovely gifts from some of my friends, from my subscribers. I most recently got a beautiful pug blanket from Lisa D. And I got some Princess Diana and Prince Charles paper dolls that I'm going to have to show you all. Just very lovely gifts and beautiful cards to go with it. You guys just help me feel the love. Feel the love. And Mystica Rose, aren't you just so kind? Thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Very much appreciate it. But I really want to know, like, what you all think about this. Am I on to something? Because I cannot imagine that Meghan has been able to manage childbirth or the conception of a child so effortlessly after a miscarriage and after a birth of a child, with a man with impotence, low sperm, can barely even function, to can barely even make it happen. And then we're hearing talk about this woman not being intimate with her husband. Like, who talks about this stuff? There's no there's no relations police that's confirming the relations of married couples in the bedroom. Is there somebody going around saying, okay, this couple, they're not having relations. They're having relations, but this couple here, they're not having relations. Yeah, the husband is actually on a hair loss medication, which is making it a problem. The only 2 people that would know that are the 2 people in that bedroom. And I'm almost of the mindset that Miss Woman, Meghan Markle, has been putting out some pretty intimate information about her husband. That's what it looks like to me. Because this does not make sense. Okay? Now, there was an issue or something that was said about, let me go back. Yeah. So this is what we're starting to see. We're starting to see Yes, I agree wholeheartedly with this MK Small that they know everything. The royal family, they know everything. And I think part of the hesitation of the royal family is that they don't want to appear racist. They don't want to appear retaliatory against Meghan. They want to kind of keep the peace while they do know some things. But at the same time, I think you're just going to have to roll those dice at this point because it is very suspect to me. Because if she's willing to put out information about a man and his ability to function in his manhood in a news exclusive article, she is willing to go there. She is willing to go there. And we know it's going to get downright nasty, just doggy dog world when it comes time for this divorce to be made public. And this almost seems like a Kickstarter to the divorce proceedings because who in the world says this? Who says this? So remember, yes, to hit the like button. And Lizzie B has been a member for 7 months now. Thank you, Lizzie B. And I do know that, some people, they do get sick and tired of Meghan Markle. They don't want to hear about her as much. And I get it. But at the same time, it's different if we're just talking about the little old mundanes that she is doing that are not really a big deal. We know she lies. We know that. We know she's a pretentious, conceited, wannabe, uh, very high headed in her ego. Like, just seems like she is so full of herself. But what we have to understand about, I think, what we're seeing with Meghan and why I think it is so newsworthy to talk about, there's so much deception around the children. There's so much that is connecting to the royal family. And the fact that Meghan has these insights around the things that she did within the royal family that have already leaked out in a Netflix documentary. You got to keep your eyes on that woman like a hawk because she will do things that will betray the things that she was privy to when she was in the royal family. You got to check that girl. You got to show her we see you. We're watching you. Because I think a lot more is at stake. And then you have these children who are in the line to succession. Right? You know? So there's a lot going on that is actually going to escalate. Forget the fact that she's already done things to Catherine and to William. Think about what she's going to do to Harry. What she has done to Harry in this article. What this woman will do because she does not care. Because guess what? She is trying to make her money. She's already told us. She is looking for financial independence. She's not looking to build an empire with her goodwill, her ambassadorship to this charity that she's created and to support those in underserved communities. That's not the goal. The goal is financial independence of wealth building, to be a billionaire, to make lots of money, to enrich herself, to have power, to gain influence. And Lord knows what she'll do with these things once she has it. So yes, I do get it. We're sick of this woman, but we can't lose focus on the potential and the harm that she can cause by losing sight of what she is up to. Because she will cause catastrophic things to happen. They're even talking about Andrew and the things that he might now do, considering he's back in the doghouse with the things he said around Epstein. They're weighing options around, how far should we take this now that, Andrew lied about his relationship with Epstein. Do you now get rid of Andrew completely with the risk of him now coming out with A Netflix documentary about the things he knows behind closed doors of the royal family. And I think this is a point where it needs to be made clear to the royal family that the only way Harry can ever come back is after he is separated from Meghan, and they work closely with Harry to cautiously make a step in the separation of this union of Harry and Meghan as to cause the least amount of damage as possible, because Meghan is going to do things to cause harm to the royal family, because her goal and objective is to make money by any means necessary. Because we have to understand this: she is a woman scorned by the people around her, and the only way she can get the respect back from the people is to be able to build that empire, to make that money, because we know the heavy hitters, the people in the industry, don't want nothing to do with her. She's a woman scorned who will do things to get her name back, because I cannot imagine that she thinks that she is going to get anywhere with no accomplishments. Like, the only way she can get anywhere in Hollywood is to be able to, I don't know, marry a billionaire, marry someone very powerful, make a whole lot of money by doing some very dirty, devious deeds that could help her to get to the financial goals that she desires. Like, she is desperate. And you cannot underestimate a woman that is that scorned by the industry, because that's what Meghan will do. Meghan will do those things. Most certainly. I know it. I'm telling you, I know it. Um, Let me go to a couple of your comments here. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but Cindy Kaufman, no one wants him back, but they are trying. He is trying to get back. Another article came out today actually about it. And I think you look at what Harry is trying to do, and you it makes sense. They were able to help Queen Camilla become a loved member, but that is a little different. It took years for that to happen. But don't think that they won't bring Harry back, because Harry doesn't want to be in California still. He just doesn't. Thank you, Lizzie B. I'm glad you all enjoy my time on Dan Wooten. I love doing Dan's show. Um, yeah, there's just a lot that's happening right now. Um, oh, that's Sunflower. Thank you, Sunflower. I appreciate your comment. And also, yes, to Jan's point here, she's unbalanced. She is having a harder time to control even Harry, for that matter. And I think this is why we're seeing these AI photos of Harry. We're seeing manipulated photos. We're seeing things that just, don't make sense for someone like Meghan to post. I saw something that said, Megan's trying to look like a 20-year-old with her most recent post on social media. Yeah, these are the things that are important to her. I mean, you're a 40-some-year-old woman and you're still acting like you're in your early 20s trying to make it in Hollywood. But you're a lot more dangerous now because you've done some things. You know some things. And I think Meghan is in a position now. Don't underestimate what this woman will do. Do not underestimate it, because it's when you stop looking that you're blindsided and caught off guard, and then that's when it happens. Don't take your eyes off of what this woman is doing. She's very dangerous. I think maybe people don't think that, but you have to look at what she's willing to do to know what she could do. And she's willing to put out AI photos to make it seem like she's having a good relationship with Harry. She's willing to do things around her children, going against the Queen and saying, no, I don't want your doctors. Who says that? Who says that to the Queen of England? Who tells the queen, no, thank you? Who tells the queen, no, you can't see my wedding dress? That's what she told the queen, the late queen. Sorry, queen, you don't get to see my wedding dress. What? It's because of me and my sacrifice and my dedication to duty that you're even having this million something, 20 something $1 million wedding. What are you talking about? I can't see the dress. Like the nerve of this woman to tell the queen, you know, I'm at the, I'm at the mindset at this point now, like Meghan, you done made some people very angry with your emboldened behavior, trying to tell people like the queen what you will and what you will not do. Do you know what the late queen sacrificed, what she went through for you to even be here on this balcony getting married to my grandson? Do you know what I did as the queen? And you have the nerve to tell me? So it's about time somebody straighten that girl out. Because Meghan, I think, is a little too emboldened with her behavior as a sideways crooked Duchess of Sussex, okay? She better go kick some rocks with that behavior. So that's what I'm saying. Meghan has just validated the very likelihood of her not giving birth to those children by the things that we have heard about Harry and his dysfunction with relations in the bedroom in Montecito. We've been validated with more evidence of the unlikelihood of these children being birthed by Meghan Markle. More so the Lilibet child than the Archie. But I'm telling you, something is not right. Something is amiss. All right, I want to thank Paula M, Living Real, Carmen Rand, Lizzie B, Shaz, Mystica Rose, Lizzie B once again, for your super chats and stickers, and for everyone who is here today that meets me here on Thursdays for my lives. Thank you so much for being here and for your support of my channel and for your support of my nonprofit. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. And this is a story that's developing. I think I may even do more about this story tomorrow on my regular video. But something else just came out too. And also the story about the Harry and his IPP status. You know, there's more coming out about that. Harry's going to the courts again. I'm like, and there's more charity work. I mean, there's just so much happening. It is a real soap opera. The imitation of royal life, folks. We're living the real life imitation of life as we speak, with this whole charity, the finances, the divorce, the sexual relations. Okay, I mean, who talks about this about their husband? Who does that? Who talks about what your husband can't do in the bedroom? Like, really, Meghan Markle, for real, for real? Something's wrong with you. So we'll keep talking about it. Before I go, Gigi, she is a curse. She is cursed. Okay, I hear ya. And thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you, thank you. All right, everybody. I'll see you all next Thursday. Have a wonderful Thursday. Thanks so much for being here, and I love you all so very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.